Hello, my camera's all messed up. But hi, welcome back. Or welcome if this is your first time hopping in my stream today. I was streaming earlier playing some Discounty, got through the whole first chapter and really had a lot of fun with it. Have my whole store set up. I'm getting in the groove of having a bigger store. Actually, I just did the first day, so I'm not in the groove just yet. But I'm in the groove of the game, and it's been a lot of fun, so I'm glad I got it. But I'm gonna be drawing in Moho today. It's actually, I didn't think I wanted to draw in Moho, so I created the half turnaround of Lucas in Clip Studio Paint and converted it to a PSD file. And I was going to try to animate it as a PSD file, but I was having some trouble with it. I was gonna import it as a vector file because I drew it as a vector, but because of the way I colored it, there was just so many points. You can't really control how many points your vector has if you're doing it in a different art program. So I decided to trace over my art in Moho with the vector tools and see if that makes the animation process a little bit easier. And I think it will, especially for the eyes, like the blinking. But yeah, I'm on now with some art in Moho 12 Pro. Well, that update on my YouTube chat isn't updated. Let's fix that. YouTube chat. There we go. That was the chat from earlier when I was playing Discounty. Okay, now to get started. So this is the art that I have along the side, and I've just divided up my Moho 12 from a single screen to a double screen. He is bald right now, don't mind that. But this is what I have redrawn in the vector so far. A little bit different, a little bit crisper, but it still has a bit of a texture to the inking. So that's what I wanted to maintain, and I'm glad I did. But I am also glad I'm redoing it. I think is the operative word here. So let's bring our reference back up. I'm going to be finishing up the eyes by drawing the folds on the eyes and the eye bags. I think the issue that I have with the eyes is that I usually actually hide I'm gonna hide part of this. So just go here, click H, hide edge. There we go. Hide edge on the left eye. There we go. That looks more like my style now. So I'm gonna open up my reference again. I have the reference on top and the opacity lowered of each layer. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I wish I could just change the opacity of the whole folder, but it just doesn't work like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add points to eyes open, eye left, add points, and start where this eye bag is. Whoops. Click and drag. To the middle there, to the edge there. I'm going to go to transform points, move it around a little bit. Then I'm going to select them, create shape, stroke. And I'm going to go into line width and change the width of these lines if it'll let me. Okay, hold on. my style went away. Hold on. Ooh. Go back here. Brush. Is this type? Okay. Size 4. I think that's what the style was for Lucas. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this again. Create shape. Stroke. Did it. Okay. Escape to deselect all. Line width is gonna change here. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna Control Shift select those 3 points. And I'm going to copy paste. Actually, no. Let me grab these 3 points. Copy onto the right eye. Paste. And it flipped it. Oh. Transform points. Let me move it. Let me bring the reference up again. There we go. That's on the right side. That's on the left side. Okay, perfect. Just because I want it to be symmetrical. The eyes and eyebrows are symmetrical. The ears are symmetrical. The nose and mouth are not, and that's fine. So let's try to do the front of the hair. I think that will be a good step for us. So I want the eyebrows up above it, and I want the eyes up above it. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the closed eyes for blinking. Yeah, let's do that first. Reference. Closed. Okay. Part of this is going to be doing the folds on the upper eye too. So I'm going to grab my point, add a point. I'm using my tablet for this, but you can also use a mouse. Sometimes it's easier with a mouse. I don't know. Let's do that. Drag that all the way out there. Let's do a point there and a point out like that. I don't want to auto weld it, so I'm going to unselect that. I'm just gonna do all the points for this eye to start off with. I'm gonna transform the points a little bit. And let me delete those points and re-add them in. And I use my mouse to adjust the point how I want to because it doesn't quite work with my tablet pen. So... oh wait, cancel. So I'm gonna click group with selection. I'm gonna rename this eyes underscore closed and rename this eye left closed because I'm doing that. I'm doing each eye separately. Let's name this, actually, cancel. After we finish the left eye, then I'm going to copy and paste it to do the right eye. So what we're going to do is select, I'm going to use lasso mode. I'm going to select these points of what the eyelid is doing. I'm going to go to create shape. Eyes closed, H. Yeah. So I've reduced the size of the edges a lot, and to get the edge of the eyelashes. So I should do that over here too. Eyes, eyes, eyes. Closed and open, okay. Okay, so we have one part of this done. So I'm gonna select with lasso mode these points. Shift these points. Create shape. Escape to deselect them, and then width. And then drag to the left to reduce the size. So when I zoom out, I can make this a little bigger. Let's select these points and drag them closer to where I want them to be. Okay, so I think I'm good to copy and paste this layer. Copy. Actually, duplicate layer. Grab all these points, double click the layer, flip horizontally. Okay. and then shift and transform. Perfect. That looks great. Eyes open does not have the lines on it though, so let me fix that. I gotta add some points. Okay, eyes open. Eye left. Add points. Let's transform the point a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to select it with the lasso tool. Create shape. Deselect. Width. Oh no, I have to recopy this over. Duplicate. Flip horizontally. Okay. Hold shift and drag it over. Okay. Okay. And now I can make the eyes a switch layer. Eyes open. Window. Switch selection. Maybe the eyes are not long enough. Hold on a second. Yeah, they shrink. Okay. Transform points. No. No. I just closed it. Oh, I hope it's saved. Yes, I would like to recover it. Oh. Save. Lucas turnaround practice. There we go. Okay. Okay, there. I just needed to bring the eyes up a little bit. Now they're not moving quite as much. Perfect, perfect. Let's do windows. Well, not pose parameters. Switch selection again. Okay. And I also have the eyes open as a mask layer, and I have the pupils separate and the eyes separate. Okay, so that's looking good. We got that as a switch layer. The mouth, I'm not gonna make a switch layer like I did before. Excuse me. Just because that is a bit of a pain in the ass. What do I want to do now is collapse that. So I usually do eyes above the hair layer because I like showing the eyes. And I think that's what I did here, yeah. Hair below. I gotta show it all again. Hair, here we go. And I need to draw the hair going behind the ears and have like a back hair layer, I guess. Behind his whole head. So let's draw the front, or let's draw the, yeah, let's draw the front of the hair first. Let's drag that over. Whoops. Okay, so I'm not going to render those reference layers. And then let's go below the eyes, above the nose, new group, hair, new vector layer, within that, front hair. Or hair underscore front. Okay. Oh wait, I've got to change the reference because the eyes being closed is screwing with me a little bit. Let's do open eyes and close that. Or front. Okay. Add points. Actually, I'm gonna hide some of this hair layer. Front fill, side, 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 side. Hiding all that. Front and back, front and back. Yeah. So the hair back goes behind the ears and behind the shirt. Or behind the neck. Ooh, okay. Maybe I start with the back first then. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's transform points a little bit so I can figure out how I actually want this. Okay. Reduce that a little bit. How do I adjust this how I want it Let me hide the handles again. Let me add another point here. Okay. So I finished that part behind the neck. I'm just gonna... Little wavy line just to imitate hair a little bit. Okay. Add another shape here. I mean, I'm not adding a shape, I'm adding points, sorry. Okay. And that clicks together nicely. Let us select this point and sharpen it. Transform points. Very nice. Okay. Let's add some more points. Actually, let's do that. And then edit transform point. Style. Change to that. 4 probably. Oh, actually. fill needs to be this. Hey. Let's transform some of these points. Okay. So let's do hair front now. This one's gonna be quite a bit more difficult, but I'm gonna try to simplify it for my sake. So what's the point? T is for transform tool points and A is for add points. So I'll go between T and A. Oops. What did I click? Point reduction. We'll worry about point reduction later if I need to. I think that might be better if you draw a vector and it just has a ton of points and you use the transform or the point reduction to do that. Oop. Add that. Transform this a little bit. Did my music stop? I think my music stopped. Oh, there it is. I don't want to auto weld that. Actually, I do. And then I'm gonna make this pointed edge. Transform that one a little bit. Let me actually go into this reference and hide the eyebrows. Hide the eyes. I just need the front of the forehead of the hair showing. Cool. Less lines to confuse me. So add point, start from here. Let's just keep adding points. How do I go about making this a complete shape? Select lasso. There we go. Create shape. Actually back out to stroke and fill, both. There we go. Hair front. Deselect everything. Do line width. Pull that in. Perfect. Getting where we want it to be. I'm just dragging from the end points of this line to get a nice curve. Transforming these points as I need to. Okay. Let's keep adding points, making points. Not have curves. So this front piece of the hair is bigger. Add some more points. Let's transform those 2 points so that they are closer. Cool. Let's do this line. And transform it. Sorry I'm not talking too much. I'm just locked in. I'm focusing on getting the shape quite right and not overdoing these angles and, you know, whatnot. Sharp angle. Okay, we almost have the big shape done. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 more lines. 2 lines and a short one. Okay, time to select the points. Create shape. Okay, let's go back to the hair front layer. Deselect the shape, line width, and make all those edges nice and tapered. Just like how I like in my style. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Ooh, very nice, very sharp. As you can see, there's still some of the head showing off the side. I think I'm going to get that covered up with the side of the face, I believe. I should have covered it up with the head, though. Let's do that. Let's adjust some of these points. Okay, so we have done the hair, looking very nice. Let's get the eyebrows back up. Okay. Okay, so let's get vector, not image, vector. Hair, side, left. Hair, side, right. Okay. This is looking quite nice so far. I've been drawing for about an hour, so I'm gonna take a break soon. Because I've been at the computer for a while and I gotta get garbage out. So let's try to get these done. I'm gonna transform these points a little bit. Okay, so we got that edge done, that edge done. We're almost done with the right side. All right, we just have one more curve left. Okay, so that has created a shape. That is looking good. Let's go back to that, deselect the shape and go to line width. Nice. Let's transform the points just a touch. Okay, maybe I should just copy the shape. Delete layer. Delete layer. Whoops. Duplicate layer. Flip horizontally. There we go. That actually works quite nicely. I like to actually go to the hair back and reduce the line weight there too. It's a little better. Okay, let's put all these in. Wait, face? Face. Why did I put hair under face? I don't want that to be under face. Okay. So face. Hair above face. No, that covers. Oh, eyebrows above, maybe the eye below. No. That doesn't have anything in it. So whatever. We have eyebrows, eyes, hair below that. For the hair, we have the front and the sides. Ears are on their own layer. I want to edit something with the ears, actually. At a point. Never mind. They're fine. They are fine. So yay, I did my first drawing. And now, bones. Bone layers, finally. But that'll be good for maybe nodding. I'll do, well, that'll be a smart bone. And then if I'm going to be turning the head, that'll also be a smart bone, but or will it be a switch layer to a specific position? I don't know. I don't know. Let me look at some of my tutorials. I guess I could do bones on the shoulders so we can like shrug the shoulders a little bit. Okay, so let's add everything. Group selection. Whoops. Front view. Convert to bone. Yeah, bone layer. Convert to bone. Okay, okay. And now we can start adding bones. I'm gonna have a pin bone down here for the root. Gonna have one bone go approximately right here for the torso. Up here for the neck. This crosses over a bit. That's fine. And then the head. From the head, I do want the ears to have bones. So I'm going to select that, add another bone. Transform bone. Okay. I'm going to give the eyebrows bones. Gonna add bone to this one. Peoples are gonna have bones. I don't think I'm gonna parent them though. At least I don't remember how to do that. Ooh. So let's do select torso bone. Add bone. Collarbone. Other collarbone. And I'm gonna name each of these bones too. B1 is the root. That's how I'm gonna be dragging everything. B2 is torso. B3 is the neck. B4 is the head. B5 is ear left. B6 is ear right. B7 is eyebrow left. B8 is eyebrow right. B9 is collar, or I'll just name it shoulder right. B10 is shoulder left. Okay. Next step. Actually, don't remember what my next step is. Okay. Looking at a video. They're finding bones. What is this? What are you doing? Eyeballs? Okay. Let's try what this guy's doing, which is a bone parented to the head. Both eyes. Add bone. Add bone. Pupil left. Pupil right. Then the title of all of the layers of the other guy that I'm watching is in another language. Okay. That's parented to the head. That's parented to both eyes. Okay. So we're gonna go bone strength 0, 0, 0. Minor. Minor. I don't want that doing a lot. I don't want that doing hardly anything. Okay, bone strength, no longer something we have to worry about. Now I layer bind. Eyebrow right. Bind layer to that bone. Eyebrow left. Bind layer to that bone. So eyes closed layer. I want them to head layer. Head layer. Pupil right. Pupil right. Pupil left. Eye right. Goes to the head. Eye left. Goes to the head. Nose goes to the head. Mouth goes to the head. Front of the hair goes to the head. Hair sides go attached to the head. Nose is the head. Mouth is the head. Head is the head. Ears. Ear right goes to that bone. Ear left goes to that bone. Shirt front. Neck goes to the neck bone. So I need to do the shirt front and the shirt back. I see. So the neck bone, let's go to the bone layer. How do I manipulate the bone? do I change? Okay, hold shift to constrain. The parent bone. Okay. So let's go back to shirt front. What do I want to bind this to? Shirt front. Okay. Front view of the bones. Deselect all. Okay. This bone, this bone, this bone, and this bone. Bone. And go down to shirt front. Bone. Use all bones for use selected bones for flexi binding. Okay. So then if I go here and manipulate bones, what does this do? Okay. Yeah, so it does allow me to do a shrugging motion. Okay. So shirt back needs to be bound. Bone. Shirt back. So it actually goes to that bone. Front view. Let's go back to front view. Manipulate bones. Oh yeah, no, that does need to go with neck. Well, let's see. Manipulate bones. So I do want to limit the way that this bone moves. Bone constraints. Independent angle. 45. Close. Manipulate bone. I don't want it to go 45 degrees, maybe. That's the most I would want it to go. -10. Okay. Close that. Manipulate bones. Oh, I did that on the wrong. Okay, hold on. Keep not doing it on frame 0. Frame 0, select this bone. Bone constraints. Angle constraints are going to be -10 and 10. Lows. Manipulate these. Transform bone. How did this guy do it? See how another person does it. We'll maybe do a different style of animating the eyes, the pupils. I might have to go back to the bone view and get rid of these. I'm watching a tutorial and he's going over the different bone. Smart bones, smart bones. He's doing bone constraints for something. This guy's doing switch layers for the hands. This is where I just get stuck.
What can only be found
Let's open up a Moho, this Moho webinar.
Today's webinar will be about animating rigs with a traditional mindset in Moho, presented by Joel Mayer. Before we begin the webinar, there are some housekeeping items that we'd like to go through. General information: this webinar has been recorded and will panel use the calls best but information. Editor and responsible for animated content in the communications, which is written and his
you can all see my presentation. So to talk to rest of the ground because you know how it is with these things. It's ground. Specifically, my goal has always been, how, since I do both flexibility. So that said, let me just take a list important ever.
Okay, so he's going over his history.
Doing corporate film and so on. Fast, usable, consistent volumes. Everybody among you who's also traditional animator knows the problem with, that's a big secret.
Okay.
Animation is usually made. The animator starts out with a thumbnail. He usually gets a layout from the layout team. All I got, first of all, second of all, then I went back, to my initial inspirations, back to and this and the good old post by Stu Gamble from frames is really, and that is some. He would start out a scene by just tell us. Really started out with these drawings. I took those drawings like a comic strip.
Planning.
After I had this, then I would go into the rigging stage, and now
examples.
Make some funny expressions there. It's really, every case is different. It really to get these, stretch motions. To be honest, looking back on it, I wouldn't really suggest doing it that way. Now, here we are. All right, so let's go back to this guy for a second. So we have him all rigged up. What's the next step? Well, you can see down here, I already have a set of keyframes. So what I usually do is I go through and in step mode, without any interpolation, I just do my main keyframes. And if it works in that stage, then I can be pretty sure that it will probably work once it's in between. So why do I do this in step mode? Well, honestly, if you start animating, you might ask, well, now I have to go back to my presentation for a second because I think this is actually the second really important thing. The first one is to plan your stuff out. The second thing, once that all that stuff is done, it could look like this. Mr. Blah, 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 Point Smith. just the last few tips. Tip number one, I like to think about, I mean, the great thing about Moho is really there's just like, I would say 5, 6, 7 concepts that you have to learn, and then you basically know Moho, you know. Now the question is just how do you use these tools and concepts creatively? And if you think about all the things that make, for example, I have a project with this green girl that you always see pop up on my socials sometimes. I plan to animate her one day. I just didn't have the time yet. And I use this weird mixture between graphic design and illustration. Tip number 3, and I cannot tell you how much I learned from this. Forget about the software. And this is funny because for some reason and lastly, I would always recommend try out traditional animation. Even it doesn't have to be anything finished, but just
Okay,
some
so that
pencil
didn't help
tests or
me at
just
all.
play around. It's still the most direct and uncomplicated way to learn more about animation, and you will learn a lot of stuff that you can. I mean, that's actually a fun part.
Let's try a 360-degree turn video. Why is this so loud?
I will create a grid to make a color card. Of course, you can space on the Moho.
So this tutorial, they've drawn the character this first video.
Hello everyone,
Set
I'm
bones.
Moho. In this video, I'm going to set bones for this character. I usually create a new layer outside the character group. So if you need to add some other things in the future, for example, the character holds something, and you can put outside the character group and keep the layer neat. First, add a main bone. I put it on the pelvis of the character. Ensure that the x-coordinate of the main bone is 0.
And it's our root bone.
The bones of the body. First, I set a bone from the pelvis to the waist. I made a script myself. It can set a bone from one point to another point. Can make the length of the bone more precise. This character will have many bones, so remember to rename the bones. Then set a bone of the chest. Then the bones of the neck and the head. Next, I will add bones to the 2 points of the waist.
Why did she do that? What is she doing?
1 point bone can show 1 point. frame 0. I will go to the frame 1 to scale these point bones. Simulate the bones. The 3-point bones are changed the size I adjusted, kind of like offset bones. 1-point bone bind to 1 point. On the clothes.
Okay, so she's doing point bones on the clothing.
Need to be connected to the bones of the shoulder. The bones of the shoulder have not created yet. Temporarily connect to the bones of the chest. Head will follow. Look naturally. Set the bones of the facial, main controller of the facial.
So I need a face bone? Do I?
First, set a bone. This bone is the main controller of the facial. Then set a bone of the nose.
So if I do that, then I need to reparent things. Or relayer things. I'm not gonna do that.
Add a point bone to the mouth so that when I scaled it, the mouth can be scaled proportionally. Of course, when the layer is scaled, you can bind each layer in the mouth with point. When the scaling in that way, the stroke will keep the original width. Next, set the bones of the left eye. The eye white and the eyeballs are controlled by 2 bones respectively. The position of the bone is on the center point of the shape.
Okay, so let's see. We got left eye point, left eye white point. I don't understand it.
The parent of the eyeball bones is the eye white bones.
Okay.
Now copy these 2 bones. Then click on the parent bone and split bone. Then modify the x-coordinate of the bone from a negative number to a positive number.
I don't want the pupils on the head bone, do I?
Till I become the distance. Would it make me the distance?
So I'm gonna create some more bones for the eyes then. People right. Oh, actually. Eyes closed are bound to the head. Yeah, these two need to be bound to the head. Eye right bound to the head. Left pupil can be bound to the pupil. Front view. So let's add bone. Okay. Pupil left. Find layer. Pupil right. Okay. We go back to this. Let's move here. Can we manipulate the bone? Yeah. But I want to connect both of them. So if I want, let's go back to the bone. Bone. Add bone. Both pupils. Pupil left. Pupil right. Okay. Select this, show label, manipulate, bone strength. Okay. Manipulate bones. No. Okay. Select that, go to 0. Reparent to that. Select. Reparent to that. Select. Manipulate bones. Bone strength goes to 0, goes to 0, goes to 0. Okay, so that controls both eyes now. Pupil left. Pupil right. Let's see if anybody's in chat. Sorry if I haven't been paying attention. Nobody's in chat. It's okay. Oh, I've been on for like all day. People are getting back from work and still stuff going on. Actually, I didn't take the break like I said I would. I don't think. So let's go to 12. Manipulate bones. Got both eyes. Oh, can we not move the single eye now? That's fine. I don't need to move them individually. I think that would be weird if I could. Okay. So let's move this out of the way. Frame 0. Manipulate it. Alt to rotate a single bone. Okay. I am taking a break. Let me save this. We have made a good deal of progress in terms of getting this rigged up. When I come back, I'm gonna start doing smart bones. Smart bones for turning the head to the side. Or yeah. I think that's what I'll do.
It should be noted that the
I don't like how she rigs necessarily. That seems way too confusing.
actually for me to lay.
So yeah, she like does bones to get volume, it seems. Which is very interesting to me. Inner bones and outer bones. Why do you do that to yourself?
Hello, I'm Moho. Now I'm going to start make turnaround for this character. Hello, this is Moho. This time I'll talk about the 360-degree rigging of this character.
Are you struggling with choosing the right binding method in Moho? You're not alone. It's one of the most common questions I get. Today I'll break down my workflow by rigging Bandit and Louie step by step. Hey, how's it going? This is my boy Buck. And in this video, I'll show you how I rig this character for the animation you see here in Moho Pro. If you want to follow along, grab the free project file. The link is in the description. Alright, now that you've downloaded the rig, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the character. I removed the background, but I left the animation in. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use this animation to test at the end of our tutorial if we have everything rigged properly. Now I'm going to show you how to save this animation into an action so we could actually clear our timeline. You know, just see what this character is made to do. And one of the things you're probably going to realize right off the bat is this rig, it's kind of cheap. And you know what? And then go to actions. Make sure that you're on the main bone group layer and that you have none of the bones selected there. And then go to the action button, and we'll just call this block. And I'll know that I'm in my actions window because I have this kind of pinkish timeline here. Float the face assets to that bone. So the ears move with it, and then this face right here. So this face is going to be moving all of this stuff, but you can actually subtract it, add to it, you can leave it as is. And then the foot itself, it's designed, it's just separate, it's just two separate shapes there. Assets that you can see here that would make to match that shape there. I could actually just pull it out just a little bit. So something like that looks pretty good. Okay, and again,
link bone binding.
after that, I'll share my approach to testing rigs without using frame 0. Finally, I'll show you how to add smart bone dials for body turns, body tilts, and facial movements. By the end, you'll have a fast and reliable workflow for rigging characters in Moho. Let's get started. So I'm going to change my folder from a group folder into a bone, and then I'm going to come here to my display, and I'm going to turn off my fill and my stroke. When I go to add a bone, I can now see all of my points. So this can actually give me a really good reference in terms let's just quickly go through here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the parent, these two bones, and I'm going to unparent it. So I'm going to use my mouse so you don't miss any of the shortcuts. Actually, let me turn my keyboard shortcut. That doesn't happen. Again, that's pretty good. Same thing for this one as well. I'm possibly
Okay, creating smart bone dials for movement is going to be the next thing I do. So I'll probably get the video up here actually. Media source. Right. Window capture. Oops. No. Close this out.
Call it body turn. I'm going to turn on the label so you can see what's labeled. And then I'm going to create a body tilt. And I'm going to create a squash and stretch.
Okay.
And then on the left side of the space, I'll have my
awful. Sorry about that. Where's my captions? There they are. They weren't working for a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break and I will be back. Okay, hello, welcome back, or welcome to the stream if you're just hopping in. I'm Ghost. I do usually an art stream on Sundays and a game stream on Tuesdays, but I had today off, so I did a little bit of both. Earlier, I played Discounty and got through the whole of Chapter 1, and now I'm drawing Lucas. I drew him in Moho. Originally started in Clip-Studio Paint, this one over here, and now I am trying to rig him up for some animation. Now, the animation I want to do, I guess, is blinking. So, I have this on a switch layer. Maybe do closed. Maybe do open. Oh, hello, May. I think I do. I definitely remember the name. But thanks for coming back in the stream. I'm just working on some drawing and some animation stuff. I actually recently got Moho on a really great deal, so I'm learning animation. So brand new stuff that I'm trying out today. I've rigged up my whole front facing view of Lucas, and I'm gonna animate a blink and then maybe a shrug. Yeah. No problem, Azalea. But yeah, Moho is like a $500 program, and I got it for 25 bucks, most of which went to charity, so I think it was a really great thing that I could get on like just a really great deal. So let me I don't want this to be linear. I want it to be smooth. Okay, blink is too short. Animating on 2s is what I need to do. So what frame is that on? 24. Actually, that needs to go to 25. So, and this one needs to go 39, 40, 39, 37, maybe? But yeah, what are you up to, May? On this Monday, start of the week. Okay, so I've got my blink. Oh, I did that on the eye layer. Okay. Let's delete that. Oh, you're playing Creatures of Sonaria? What is that? Actions. Maybe I'll do a smart action. Look and blink. Right? Switch selection. Okay. News. Wait, hold on. Which do I have selected? Eyes. Let me open up my tutorial for blinking. So I'm listening to a tutorial as well to try to get What is this one? Okay, so I've got, let's go back to our bone layer here. Select both eyes. Actually, I'm going to deselect it and I'm going to add a bone. 1 second. Okay. Got that deselected. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Delete that. Okay. So on 24... I want to add an action. Or cancel. I want to add bone to the bone layer for blink. How do I add a bone to the bone layer? There we go. I have to go to layer. So Creatures of Sonaria. Creature survival game. You're in a different world made by wardens. There's at least 300 to 500 playable creatures. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna add this bone. Gonna name it Blink. Show the label for this bone. Bone constraints, angle constraints, -45 and 45 degrees. Okay. We've added an action called Blink. And let's go to second one. And transform this bone. Blink. Oh yeah, manipulate the bone. So I think I'm gonna do a blink both ways, so yeah, we'll do it this way. And so you're playing as an Ardor Warden? What's an Ardor Warden? Like, is it one of the playable creatures? I mean, obviously, because you're playing as them, but is an Ardor one of the creatures? Okay, we're in that. Am I in the bone? Ugh. Okay. Deselect me out of this bone, please. Front view. Oh, okay. Nice. So they're one of the playable creatures and one of the wardens who created Sonaria. Nice. So Blink. Mainline does not have anything in it. Timeline. Blink. Okay. Let's delete that. So Blink, I want on frame 1. I'm gonna manipulate the bone to go here. Then I'm going to transform the layer. Current selection is not a switch layer. There we go. Blink. Okay, hold on. Why does it sound like your Ardor Warden is saying, huh? I don't know. Is it me in the background just struggling with this animation? Probably. Okay, blink that way. And while it's on that action, we're gonna go to the eyes. This song has clicking in it, I don't like it. Let's go back to the switch layer. Wait, where is it? Window, switch selection. So it's gonna start closed. And it's gonna open. Open is gonna be... Okay. Let's drag this to 36 and drag it the other way. And then we'll have... Go back to eyes on 36. Close, open, close, right? Oh, I should probably do that on 42 then. Or I mean 48. Okay. Let's go back into the eyes and close them again. Okay. Closed. Open. Eyes open. 48. We'll manipulate that bone that way. Okay. So let's add this. Import action. Nope. Insert reference. Or actually... Oh, Ardor Wardens are fluffy. Do you have any pictures of them? I'm interested in seeing. Because you say creature and it could be really anything. Oh, actually, I should have it. Open up a little bit. Oh, I don't want any strength on this bone. That's right. Okay. So hopefully that'll help. Okay. Let's show the switch selection again. Let's open those eyes. Okay, so when we're at frame 1 and blink is to the left, the eyes are closed. Halfway they open. They stay open. Halfway they close. Okay. And then they stay closed. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll go to your channel. Photo 2. Oh, I see. The Ardor Warden. Interesting. Very cool. I like all your recent drawings too. Okay, so let's go back to the main line. We got the blink animation. Okay. So let's go to frame 0. Frame 24, we want to insert copy or insert reference, I forget. Yeah, insert copy. Or no, we want it to be a smart bone, right? So we don't need to do that. Okay, so at second 24, I want to blink. 36, I want you to open that eye up again. 48. Oh wait, intervals of 2. That's how I want to do this. Okay. Well, I voted on your warden and your Ardor Warden on your poll also, May. And let's do another blink here. Insert copy. And we'll go to frame 120. Oh, I already did take out the trash, so I don't need to worry about that right now. Cool, so we've got some blinking animation now. Start to open, closed eye, open eye. Actually, I could probably just 36. Let's see. Cycle. Okay. Okay, so I have animated my first blink with a smart action, a smart dial. What I also want to do is on 42, 48, 40, 49. I'm going to manipulate bones that way. Oops. Let me move both of them back this way. And then let's bring it back. Cool. So I'm gonna save this. See what it looks like when I export it or when I preview it. Can you see the preview? I don't think you can. Well. Okay. So what I want to do is on 50. So got a blink. Right here, I also kind of want to shrug the shoulder. So let's manipulate the bone. Nope, let's do a smart action. Cancel. Front view. Exit. Go to 0. Action. Select the bone. Select both of those bones. New action. Shrug. I'm gonna bring. So with both of them selected, I can't do it. So. Oh wait, let's name it Shrug. Shrug And now I'm gonna edit this by going to shirt front and just edit some of these points. Actually, I need to turn this light off because it's showing up on my stream. There we go. Unveil? Is that a art website? Actually, I should make this a smart dial too. Okay. So blink is there. I should have go to 0. Add a bone. I'm gonna title it Shrug. Up. Down. Gonna select Shrug up, down. Show the label. And then now that we're doing this and have it selected, now I have it. Okay. Cool. Basically a posting art website. Okay. Let me look up Unveil. I need some more places to post my art because I only post it on Blue Sky right now. Space for your creations. Okay, it's to create and share original characters. And they promote ethical art practices and oppose AI-generated artwork, apparently. You can view worlds. Okay, okay. Let's explore. They've got tags. Love tagging system. Recently updated. Relevance. I like this a lot. Let me look at the about. Creators were fed up with exploitative fees, NFTs, AI art, and existing platforms that didn't match their values. Wow. By 2023, there's over 1,000 creators on the site. Nice. I think I will definitely join. And I like their that they post that their work values and their work culture. So I will bookmark that. Where did it go? Bookmarks? There's so many bookmarks. Vivid, Unveil. Cool. So I will bookmark that for later and start posting my art on there, I think. Thank you. Oh, cool. And you can just search. That's awesome. Oh, cool. I found your art on there. Yay. I love that you can search by characters, by world, or writing, or art, the way that it's tagged. Very nice. I love the search function. And they have a random button too, so you can just randomly find stuff. That's really neat. Back in the day, I would post on DeviantArt. That's where I had all my art. I think I was, what was my account name? Master Juicebox. Juicebox was my like middle school nickname. Okay, so action. Let's manipulate this bone. Shrug. Oh wait, I'm gonna select the shrug up down bone. Bone constraints, angle constraints. 45. Whoops. Negative 45 and 45 degrees. And we'll do the shrug up is this way. And we'll actually do right click, add keyframe. Oops, I didn't mean to go to motion graph. I meant to go to 1 second and add a keyframe. And then we'll move this to the middle again. And then we'll go back here and add a keyframe. And manipulate that bone to go down that way. Oh wait, we have to create 2 actions. Okay. So that's gonna be shrug up. Or probably move that there. And move second one back there. Okay. Smooth? I want it linear. No, I want it smooth. Okay. So shrug up is gonna go into the shirt layer. Then we need to go into the bones layer. Manipulate the bones. And can we hide anything here? Shirt front. It's just stroke emphasis. Okay. So we can transform some points on here. Okay. Why is there a point out here? Let's select those and delete them. Okay, let's go back to our bone layer, back to 0. Animation. Bone. Reset all bone rigging. No, I didn't mean to reset all bone rigging. Great, now it's not working. Oh no, I closed it. Moho, please open. Yes, please recover this. Thankfully, I saved recently. So I'm gonna actually, let's play this again. Okay, so we did that. We did a blink. We did a little blink. Blink on a loop, and then we moved his eyes around. So let me export. So I first need to set up my profile, and then I can start posting art. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably do that after stream then. Or after I hang out with my husband and we watch a movie and stuff. Okay, so we got our animation here. Very nice. I'm gonna upload this to Blue Sky real quick. So I've animated my first blinking animation cycle. Your most liked post has 29 likes right now? That's fantastic. It's better reach than I have on Blue Sky, and I've been on there for months. Yeah, Unveil. I figure with the search features, it's a lot easier to find what you want and to be discovered by people. So I imagine the reach there is a lot better. So I'm interested to see how many likes I might get if I join Unveil. But on Blue Sky right now, I've just posted my first blink animation cycle. And feels good to make that kind of progress. So I am gonna save this again. Don't save that. And next time, what I'm gonna do is start doing the turnaround animation, because this reference actually I'll show you here. Has a bunch of different views. So the next one I want to do is this one. Oops. I don't want to animate that. Why am I? Okay. So yeah, I'll have him turn this way. So what I'll do is, do I want to redraw the whole thing and have it switch to that layer? I don't know. I'll have to look up some animation tips, because there's one video I saw that does what I want it to do, which is turn and then switch. And we'll see how that actually works. But it's getting dark now, and I don't have a ring light or anything, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today, watching me struggle through animating and chatting, or watching back on this VOD later. If you want to follow me on Blue Sky or Patreon or Coffee, my username is ArtGhosts, ARTGH0STS, and I might sign up for Unveil, so keep an eye out for me on that too if you have an account. I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon members, both past and present. They have supported me for a while now and have helped me be able to maintain a little bit of a savings, especially for my cat Nala. She has a cardiology appointment I need to make next month. Next few weeks. And any little bit helps tremendously, because cardiology and specialty appointments are not cheap. So thank you so much. I will be back on tomorrow with some Discounty. I'll be playing that game for a little while in the evening after 6 o'clock. So I hope you'll join me then. I hope you'll leave a comment and let me know what you thought of this, as well as the game that I played earlier today. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a really great rest of your evening. Take care.